Right folks, just a little quick one for you now. It's lunchtime and this is just showing we felt a little bit peckish. So Sharon's doing the dinner for tonight in the Ninja 15-in-1. Oh, hello, kettle's boiling. And we're just having a little bit of lunch now because we're having 2 meals today. It is cold out, we're a little bit hungry. Hello baby, here they are, look.
Hello everybody.
Fly on the wall. So let's just have a little look what we're doing here. So I'm just going to turn these tomatoes over. We've got these little tomatoes in there, folks. Little cherry tomatoes. Got some mushrooms in there as well. Let's just have to give them a flip, actually. I need to turn that down a little bit. I've got that flame up a little bit too high, folks. So someone did express a concern about this getting hot. Well, as you can see there, when we're using a large frying pan, we try to keep it over. The flame, if you look underneath, folks, it barely touches the pan, so there's no flames licking around the edges. We have mentioned this before in our videos, and as you can see, look, I can put my hand on there. It's nice and cool there. Well, not cool, but I mean, there's a little bit of warmth there, but obviously if that was too hot, people were concerned about the gas bottle here overheating. The gas bottle actually is pretty cool there as well, so no worries about that. We are aware of that, so don't worry about that. In here we've got some just some sausages. We'll just put a pack in there, give them a little bit of a shake. And in this one we've got a bit of bacon, 2 rashers each. Let's just turn that over. Now don't forget folks, this is all the low carb meal we're having here, and very little carbohydrates. Give that a bit more minutes. So we've got a few mushrooms in there for me. Sharon didn't want mushrooms. And also what I'm going to throw in there in a minute is going to be an egg. This is what you can do, folks, as a meal. Don't worry about carbs. There's no potatoes, there's no bread, there's no pasta. Nothing like that here. And coming over to Ninja, so we've got cannelloni beans in there. We've got meat-free mince in there. Mushrooms, bit of liquor in there, Sharon?
Yeah, chickpeas.
Chickpeas are in there. And this will be my meal for tonight. And Sharon's doing a bit of washing up in a moment. And you're going to have what tonight, baby?
My Chinese curry.
You're doing the Chinese curry with your bag of prawns there, as you can see there, folks. And she'll be making that with the Mayflower curry sauce mix there, folks, as you can see. And you'll also be having some mushrooms and onions with them, Sharon, won't you?
Yeah, put in, yeah, mixed in.
Yeah. And one thing I've not noticed before, folks, I don't know if you can see the steam coming out the back of the Ninja. Well, that bacon we've got here, we've got this from a different supplier, and as you can see, there's loads of blinking water in there, which is producing the steam. Not from the sausage side, it's got 2 grills at the back. I'll just move that out. You can see both grills there, look. That's the one at that side, which is giving out the steam. So we have moved it away from the wall, because there is a little bit of condensation, which we don't normally get up on the counter, so we have pulled it away. Right, 16 minutes left. We've had these on for 12 minutes now, folks. Sausages we always do at 200 degrees for 12 minutes, and the same with the bacon as well. So we just let that finish. I've turned that gas right down low now, and I will put an egg in there for myself. Right, there we go. Let's have a little look at them. There you go, they're cooked. So I'm just going to leave them in there, and the bacon's cooked as well. I'm just going to leave that in there. Right, so I'm just going to put a little bit more oil in here, folks. I'm just going to crack my egg in there. Everything's basically ready. I just want a bit more oil in that pan. This pan's not a very good pan, actually. I mentioned that before about it not being very
cheap, was it?
No, well, I say not cheap, so it was £16 worth of... No, I think it was £16, something like that. So let's drop my egg in there.
It's a tower.
Is it a tower, is it? Now, someone did mention, folks, I don't know if it's true or not, they said they've got the same pan as this, and although they're very non-stick at the beginning, if you quench them, like, you know, if you take it off when it's hot and you put it into or pour cold water in it, it makes a sizzling sound. That quenching, they reckon, takes the actual non-stick properties out of it, which seems to have happened, because normally what I do, when I finish with this, I'll go straight into the bowl of water and it goes and cools it down. You're supposed to let it cool down naturally. Apparently, so one subscriber, one commenter said...
So you know what that means?
What?
You've got to replace it.
I've got to replace it. I bought this one anyway, Sharon. I bought it.
Oh.
Anyway, so that's that. What have you got this on, Sharon? This, is it on the...
Pressure.
It's on pressure cook.
Shut the vent, shut the vent.
Oh, the vent. She's left the vent open, folks. Yeah, you've got to shut the vent on the side there.
Just remembered that.
Slide the lever across, then it's on pressure cook. There are 3 different settings on that for pressure cooking, but We're using the what is it?
Release.
Oh, you've gone to quick release now.
Also,
Come round here, baby. I can't hear you.
I'm coming. Another thing I've discovered, I've been reading the Ninja book,
Come that
which I
side.
haven't done really before. I've put things on the slow cooker before on low, and it doesn't get that hot. So when I say slow cooker, I'm going to use the high because things get cooked.
Yeah.
I don't know how long that slow cooker on low, what it's for really, whether it's like for reheat, just heating something.
Well, it's for slow cooking, yeah. But
Yeah.
their set point on there is 6 hours, isn't it? So it might be right for a 6 hour period, but our slow cooker, for example, our normal slow cooker, when we put that on low, 2 to 3 hours, you'd see the meat cooking. But we done that for about an hour, 2 hours, and it didn't really cook anything, did it?
It wasn't that hot, so...
Yeah. Whacked it onto high, and then it was all okay. So we've got to experiment with that. We don't quite know exactly if that's for a long period, like 6 to 8 hours.
Or it might be overnight. That low.
That sort of thing.
Overnight.
Yeah. Anyway, let me get my egg ready, baby. I need to turn that gas up a little bit more. Yeah. So literally, this is just a little snack. We don't normally have a afternoon meal. Okay. We normally have just one meal in the evening. We may have a cup of tea. We may have a cup of coffee throughout the day. Sharon has coffee with cream, which tends to fill her up because if you're eating carbs, that makes you hungry. So we don't keep. She keeps away from the carbs, obviously, as much as possible. As far as eating this meal, you'll probably come to about 5 o'clock, 5:30, and you really might not even be all that hungry. So the cravings you get subside when you don't eat carbs. I've been doing it now for 2 to 3 days, and I felt the difference in myself, though my energy is coming back, and also your mental clarity is coming back. I feel I've lost weight, and I also am sleeping better as well.
I couldn't sleep any better.
Eh?
In a coma.
She edits the Pella, she's straight out, folks, honestly. That's how it is with Sharon. But I'm feeling better within myself, and I've done me checks with the urine strips. I'll show you them in another thing, and I'm actually in ketosis now, which means that I'm burning body fat. So that's all good. In 3 days I've been on this, and I'm not really hungry. I could probably go without this meal at the end of the day, but it doesn't really matter. You don't starve yourself when you eat low carb, folks. You eat and then you don't feel hungry afterwards. It's that simple. But you've got to go through the first couple of days where you might feel a bit rough, bit headachy, or you'll have the cravings, and then after you've eaten carb, you're not restricting your food, you're just changing the food you eat to non-carb based foods. And the worst thing you can do is to say, oh, I'm gonna have a cheat day and start eating carbs again. That is a no-no. You can't do that. If you're hungry, eat some protein, eat a sausage, eat some bacon, eat an egg, eat an avocado, eat something like that with plenty of fat in and also protein, and you won't feel hungry afterwards. Right, let's get this plated up, folks. See you in a minute. You want one as well, baby? Get a plate out. Well, I've got some tomatoes here for you.
Oh, I can't do now.
Well, no, you've got that and bacon. You've got a bit of bacon as well, baby.
On there.
Turn that off.
I like eating my food while it's hot.
Of course you do. There you go. Bit of that on there for me. Just flip my egg over. Just give it a couple of seconds on there. This is real life what we're showing you here, folks. Real life eating a low carb diet. Right, let's put that over there. That over there. We've got some bacon in there as well, folks. Let's try and make it look a bit presentable. There you go. 2 bits each. Happy days. Oh, I've got 3 bits. Oh, it's 2 bits there. So there we go, folks. Let's show you. So that is my low carb meal for lunch. I'm not starving myself there, as you can see. Sharon didn't want an egg, but she's got that there. And we cooked them in our Ninja air fryer. So a bit of salt and pepper, folks. Don't need too much salt. Just want it on the egg and the sausages and the tomatoes. Loads of white pepper. Do love lots of white pepper, don't we, baby? Mm. Just like that. And I also like, because I'm not having ketchup or I'm not having brown sauce, I have a little bit of a savoury sauce with just a little bit of that Maggi seasoning. Now, someone keeps putting comments that, oh, this has got MSG in. When you eat a Chinese meal, you know how much MSG they put in? Absolutely loads and loads, but no one ever moans about that. You put a couple of sprinkles of this with a little bit of MSG in, and people say, oh, you don't eat that, it's got MSG in it. You sprinkle on a tiny little few drops and that's it. Anyway, oh, didn't you get me a knife and fork out, baby?
I already started eating when you were still cooking.
Wait there. Oh, here we go. She does like these cheap sausages, folks. I don't like them too much because they fall apart.
You don't have to eat them.
I'm going to eat them.
You're a vegetarian.
I'm a meat-eating vegetarian, Sharon. I've said it before. And there's only one way to go here, Sharon. Full metal jacket. I tend to like everything on there, folks, as you well know. That's it, the spot, all right, folks. Now, I know for a fact that later on this evening, when I have my evening meal there, I won't be starving. And that's it, 2 meals a day. Start yourself off with 2 meals a day. I know a lot of you are at work and you get a bit hungry at work or whatever, but we're going to be making a bread recipe for you where you can make your own sandwiches. Well, call it a sandwich, call them rolls we're going to be making, aren't we? Mm. And you can put them in a packed lunchbox and have them with maybe a bit of chicken in there as well, some chicken or some a ham or whatever. Egg mayonnaise is another great one if you're on the low carb diet. So keep an eye out for these videos we're coming up. This is a little fast blast one, folks. This isn't a recipe as such. This is just showing you what we're eating on a normal day when we just felt a little bit peckish maybe, and just don't reach for the carbs. Don't reach for the bread. Don't reach for the pasta, the rice, pastry, anything like that. Have something like this. Get your body into ketosis, and then you'll be burning body fat. Anyway, hope you've enjoyed this one. We'll see you in the next video. Don't forget to check out our other videos. Backlog, baby. Give yourself a binge watch of them, and we'll see you in the next video. And until then, carry on eating, baby.
Bye.
Bye for now. God, that's lovely, baby, isn't it? You've ate all that so quick.
You give it all that, didn't you?
I'm going to give it all that in a minute, right round this, baby.
Go on, then.